Welcome to Comm, the official podcast of the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. We bring you a fast-paced 10-minute spotlight on the voices, stories, and projects shaping journalism, media, and communication on our campus. 10 minutes, one story, all Maverick.
Hello and welcome to Comm in 10. I'm one of your hosts, Dr. Heather Hundley.
I'm Adam Tima.
And we're here with Aly Holmberg. Aly is a graduate student in the program. Welcome, Aly.
Hi, happy to be here.
Great. Please tell us about your educational background and where you earned your bachelor's degree, what it was in, that sort of thing.
Okay, I am from California originally, so I did my undergraduate at Long Beach State. With that, it was communication studies. I had a minor in psychology, and I had a pretty good blend of rhetoric and social scientific, as well as a big background with public speaking.
Awesome. So the question then becomes, you're from California. Why Nebraska?
So am I.
And why UNO?
That's definitely...
Of all, let's go middle of landlocked U.S.
Mm-hmm. I did have to look up where Nebraska was.
I understand.
Yes. So I actually was applying to grad school at the school that I was already going to, and I thought that was where I was going to go. It was always the plan. Long Beach State, I applied at San Diego to venture out a little bit, and then I had a great speech tournament in Peoria, Illinois, of all places. That had
Bradley?
Yes, at
Okay.
Bradley.
Okay.
That a judge in the round, I believe, was from Illinois, but that conversation then. Me talking about that round with my speech coach then led to him saying, maybe you should consider the Midwest. And I laughed. And then I did some research. And he went here, Aaron Fullman.
Yep,
So
one of mine.
he is from the program, and he just kind of opened my eyes through that conversation to there's more. And I always knew that I wanted to teach. So looking into this program, the ability to be a GTA and to still do the master's degree that I was planning on doing was kind of cool. And I was just in a position in my life where I was open to trying something new.
Right on.
So there we are.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So no regrets, huh?
No, all good.
So now I need to sidebar for a minute because I don't think I knew about the debate background. What did you do with debate?
I don't love debate. I'm more of a speech human. I did more platform. So my last and favorite speech that I ever did was a humorous persuasion. I did after dinner speaking, and I dabbled with prose and naturally in interp, but for the most part, platform was my...
Did you do play at all? Was that your gig?
No, but I love it.
Okay.
I never did it though.
It's actually more fun to watch. I think
It's so
actually
cool.
build.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it's hard.
Okay, now we'll go back to the topic. So we're interested in your position as a graduate teaching assistant or associate. What's the
Graduate teaching assistant.
Assistant.
GTA.
Okay,
Yeah.
GTA. So tell us about that position and what do you do? What does this mean?
So I am a grad student, and I am an instructor for undergraduate students. So I spend my daytime teaching, and I get to do public speaking. And this year I'm now teaching journalism and media, which is really fun. And then I have my evening classes for my grad program. So the first year of my program, it really was like daytime you're a teacher, and then I go home and do schoolwork, and then at nighttime you're a grad student. So you're kind of balancing the roles, but it also, I think, keeps you more involved in the program. So
That makes sense.
And this
Absolutely.
pays you a stipend and you get a tuition waiver. So
It's quite
you're
nice.
just paying your fees? Mm-hmm. All right. And
Yes.
how's that stipend?
stipend is great considering I'm from California and the cost of living is a lot more manageable here. The stipend definitely was a big part of what made it possible for me to come here on my own. And also naturally the tuition waiver just makes it a lot easier to go through grad school without so much financial burden.
Okay. And so is the stipend enough to, do you have an outside job? Do you have a job in addition to this?
I do, not necessarily out of necessity, but just because it's something that I love doing. I'm a fitness coach, so there's that aspect of my life that keeps me kind of balanced. And then the stipend, I think if you come here and are living with another person is more than enough. It is enough to live on your own, but a little bit tighter. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you're in California, you're looking at programs, you decide to come here because Fullman tells you to, basically. So what about this program do you like? Like, is it unique? Like, what is it? What do you get out of here that you did not get out of the other places you looked at?
I think that a big part of the questions that I was asking when I was trying to debate between the programs was, what kind of coursework am I going to get to do? How many people are going to be in the program? And the program that I was going into was probably going to be about 10 graduate students, so about the same in terms of size. Like, there's a faculty to each student is what they would say, whereas the San Diego program would be a lot more students. And so I was like, is it better to be with a lot of people in seminar, or is it better to have it be close knit? And I didn't know. I think either way I would have been fine, but coming here knowing that I could do both rhetoric that I was already interested in, and then also having to do qualitative, quantitative studies and learn everything kind of helps if you do want to take that next step into a PhD. So
that makes sense. Do you have any friends that are in like MA programs and also PhD programs at all? And like, have you heard about differences between those?
Yes, kind of. I have some friends in Long Beach in that program that went there that I was in my undergraduate program with. And I think that the structure is a little bit different in terms of their ability to do comps and then their ability to do a thesis. I think their thesis, the way they do it, also starts a lot earlier, and it doesn't seem, I don't know, it doesn't seem as clear as what I feel like I've been given here in terms of what you're supposed to do.
That makes sense. Right on. So since you're in the grad program and you're a GA, for those who are thinking, do I want to do this? What advice would you give to folks who are thinking about grad school in general, grad school in comm or mass comm or whatever the case may be, and then programs here? Like, what advice would you give those folks who are kind of in that space?
I think you have to be in a position where you are ready to commit. You can't really do this half. This is a full commitment. I think that I've always thought the more involved you are, the better you're going to do. So coming from an athletic background, I think doing sports and school, everything at the same time, keeps you more involved rather than having more time to kind of lollygag. So while it is really busy, my schedule, my reading, the first year especially, getting used to the workload from undergrad to graduate, you have to be willing to take that extra step, to do the work, to put the time, and also not have other commitments that are going to be in front of it. Like, this has to be the first one. And I think boiling that down, you need to know your why. So if your why is important, then it should be worth it if you are ready to commit.
That makes sense. And then for GAs in particular, for those people who are like, I'm going to make the next step, I actually want to teach or do research if they're going to do a program with RA, like, what would you suggest for them?
In what way?
Like, what kind of advice would you give them, like, to make it work?
I would think it's, we know, okay, you're in a room full of people that were former GAs.
Right.
And I just remember, like, that shift, not just in the workload to graduate school between undergrad and grad and the expectations, but then realizing, oh, shoot, I'm the teacher of this class.
Right, yeah.
And for me, it was a 6-week period because I graduated in December and I started in late January, early February. And so I'm like, oh, I was just in those seats and now I'm in charge of the class. So it was scary. It was terrifying for me, but also completely confidence building once I did it a couple times. So how about that experience for you?
I have some teaching in my background, so it was a smoother transition, I think, than from what I've heard from people that never taught before. Sure. And it is a different setting. Like, you were just in the position not that long ago, and I think there's an imposter syndrome that naturally is just, it's going to be there when you teach a new class, when you meet a new group of people. But this now being my third semester, I will say I feel so much more confident just getting the reps in. Of the first, I did it. The second, I was able to make improvements, and the third, I knew how to bring my persona into the room. So just time.
So you did
practice.
2 sections of public speaking your first 2 semesters, and now you have a public speaking and intro to journalism and media communication, right? So you had that opportunity to teach something outside of public speaking. How's that been for you?
I actually love it. It is really nice I was a little bit nervous because it is new, but it is really nice to play with 2 different courses because public speaking is very natural to me. I'm used to it, and I've done it twice now. So getting to do that and then also shifting gears into the stuff that I study and teaching that and having these conversations about it with undergrad students has been really cool.
Great. So what's next in your future, Aly?
That's such a good question. I'm not sure.
Finish the thesis.
Finishing my thesis is the most important thing. But other than that, when it comes beyond, my goal has been to get my master's degree and to teach, and I'm kind of doing those things. Like 2026 will be the year that I accomplish those goals. So I don't know. It could be teaching abroad. It could be PhD later, but not quite yet. But I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, very cool. Well, thank you for joining us, Aly. This is Comm in 10. Please join us on our social media at UNO School of Communication, and we'll be happy to see you there.
Yeah, take it easy. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Comm in 10, a production of the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. New episodes drop every other week, so be sure to subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And don't forget to follow the School of Communication on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube for the latest episodes and behind-the-scene updates.